Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm doing another marine ECM test. This time for the cross customer notes, it says that it's a Sea-Doo Challenger 1800. Her name is Joanna Suprina. I hope that I'm saying your last name. It's a little different for me to pronounce correctly, but I hope I'm trying at least my best. She's from Illinois. She sent this computer for me to test. No notes on what the problems are, but I can definitely now understand what's going on. I had the computer on and it has come on and off, and I have posted a few pictures for her for my records as well. Right now I got powers and grounds and everything is on, no fuel pump on. So as soon as the fuel pump is activated, I will be able to communicate with the computer. This is a 240 EFI ECM. It's a Mercruiser, a Mercury, and that is the part number of the computer so you guys can see it. I do repair all these modules all the time. These are a little different of the system because it uses three triggers for coils that are, part of like a very different again system is has a triggers and stators on the engine on the top, but that's a little more than what I want to address in the video. But so I'm going to try to connect. Right now I have the oscilloscope ready to collect the data. As soon as I get to communicate, as you can see, just before I was able to have it running, and that was the last capture. And you can see that everything was passing. Um, Definitely, leads. I am okay because the ECM status and Prom ID, which is about the EPROM, is okay. Right now, if I try to establish communication, which I will do just for the video, it will try to synchronize, and it will not communicate. So this is definitely an open circuit, not a shorted computer. This is an open circuit, and I can definitely see it based on my amperage draw, which is right now saying 0 amps. So I'm going to try to turn this off, see if by any chance this happened to come back to life. I'm just, turning everything back on. As soon as again, if I see this coming on, I will be able to establish and even run the computer. So it's an open circuit in something internally. These computers are a pain in the neck to work with because they are filled with on a resin that dries up and it's very, very hard to work with it. But I mean, it's definitely doable. I have a few pictures of all the modules. Let me get one ready. Just make sure that I'm not showing all the customers' information. So just bear with me while you're observing the module right there. So this will be a 240, which I have again repair a lot of them. So this is just for you to see how the board looks. Again, I remove a lot of the um, goo that is on the board. You can see right there, it's a hard resin. This is the EEPROM, microprocessor, capacitor, diodes, injector drivers, and voltage regulators, and so on. This is the barometric and map pressure sensor, which is built in the computer, and that's the reason of these little holes in here. That's your map sensor. It's built in, and it has, most of the components. This is an old style computer, so we got the operational amplifiers built all the way around the computer. We got an IC that works as an RPM right here, collecting the signals from those triggers and converted it into a digital signal through filters and then onto the microprocessor. Very robust computers. As you can see, they have, very, very strong components. But again, oof, um, to work with is, like I said, it's very hard to open it up and get access to the components that you need to replace. So yes, I will contact Joanna. Yes, I can definitely repair your computer. I will be contacting you and again requesting the approval for the repairs and then move on if you approve the repairs. But yeah, so far no communication. I have it, like I said, running for a brief moment. I will maybe said 5 seconds to 10 seconds at the most. but I was able to know that at least we don't have a brain dead computer, and that can be repaired. As you can see, I got all parts in stock for these, and I have even created my harness. You can see right here going into my simulator, and I got all the communication with Diacom. This is the software that can um, work with these ones. This is a good picture so you guys can see how this system works, and that's how I get my signals and and reproduce everything that I need to run this. But yeah, as you can see, this has again on the top of the engine, it has coils attached to the, let's say, the flywheel, right? And they have, north and south and north and south. There are different coils in here are going to reproduce or produce a signal that will fire up the coils. They have also um, this one is actually a control module. Let me just see number 6. I don't have the entire because they have a switching. This might be a little newer because I don't see the switching boxes in this one. This is I think hers is a little older than what I can see on this picture. But this is an overall idea of what you can see on these systems because they're not showing the switching boxes in here. There actually is a little more than what we can see here. But it's a very good idea of understanding how this works. Let me see if I have a manual. Okay, this is how that engine should look. Let me see if I can see. I should have saved this diagrams. Let me see the table and contents. Let me stop the video and find that information. I'll be right back. All right, guys, this is pretty much how this one will look again. The 21. If we look in here, 21 is the stator. Again, on the flywheel, we have also 20, which is the trigger. Again, this should be like almost like one piece there. And then 19 and 18, which we didn't see in um, the other diagram, and probably just a newer model, is the outer switch boxes. The outer and the inner, again, they're just switch boxes that are going to take those signals coming from those stators and in the trigger, and then we'll convert it into a signal that then the coils can use and fire up. But this is a very high um, voltage system. It can produce upwards of 300 volts and very simple at the same time as far as diagnostics because it's again pretty easy. It has 3 injector drivers that will use for 2 injectors in at a time. I mean, this is usually a 6 cylinder, so you have a driver for injector, let's say 1 and 2, and then the one for 3 and 4, and then 5, 6, right? But yeah, this is pretty much what you will see on that one. I know this is an old diagram. I'm going to try to zoom a little more. But yeah, as you can see, it's a little oldie, but it tells you wire colors, connections, and everything. And that's how I did my connections in here. And yeah, so far, that's computer has not come back to life. So I was not able to see the injector drivers to work. So I'm going to just contact her and then recommend to do a full refurbish computer and have to remove this. I'm not going to just fix one thing and then have it come back later on. So I'm going to have to um, just recommend the entire replenish of the computer, and then if she approves, then we can go from there. All right, guys, this is again just a short video to show you what I'm working on here in the shop. I've been trying to clean up a little bit because beginning of December, I'm going over to Europe for a couple of weeks with the wife and my mother-in-law. I wish my mom would have come with us and my sister, but they couldn't. They didn't want to do or go this time because it's a little too cold for them. They're obviously from Costa Rica. My wife and my mother-in-law, they love cold, so for them it's no problem. And I have purchased very good coverage for me. I don't think it's going to be that cold. I'm a little more used to them by living here in the United States, and Costa Rica is always a nice tropical warm weather. So yeah, anything in below 70 for a Costa Rican that hasn't come to United States for living is considered cold. All right, guys. Thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Wait for expect part 2 I will probably show some of the inners when I have this one apart. If she approves the repair, talk to you later. Bye bye.